Welcome to Finding Alara, a safe space where authors, artists and creatives share their world-building style and mindfulness tactics. Brought to you by Bushland Castle Productions, a micro-publisher with an author support platform that nurtures creative growth and storytelling excellence. Welcome to the Indie Author Book Fair Minisode series. All of these interviews were recorded as a live stream from the Indie Author Book Fair on the 30th of November 2025 in Bunbury. Each minisode will have the live interview component with myself or Paul van der May from Forest.chat, an interview the guest had with Chris Ilsley on the day, and an excerpt from one of their creative works, which may just inspire you to have a closer look at what is available in the indie book world. Feature guest 21 of 27 is Gaye Mcbride. Internationally renowned Reiki master hypnotist, Gaye Mcbride has over 20 years professional expertise in hypnosis, Reiki and wellbeing therapies, training many students and Reiki masters in Reiki, meditation, psychic development, stress management and much more. Stage hypnotist, author, and recipient of the 2017 HNZ Excellence in Hypnosis Award in New Zealand. Gaye is the creator of Hypnosynergy, hypnosis sessions for positive behavioural change in confidence, empowerment, stress and weight management, freedom from anxiety, addiction, and so much more. Most of her career in wellbeing took place at her Redcastle Retreat Clinic and all over the South Island of New Zealand, and now here in the beautiful Binningup and Bunbury, WA. You can get copies of Gaye's books through her website hypnosynergy.co or through Amazon. The direct links are in the show notes. We have done our best to clean up the audio for the interview, but it was recorded live, so there is some noise from the crowd embedded within the files. I hope that this gives you a feel for what the energy was like on the day. I will return to your ears at the end to share my key takeaways and let you know who the next guest is going to be.
Hello, Gaye. I'm Paul.
Hi,
How are
Paul.
you?
Pleased to meet you.
Good. Gaye, how long have you been around in this area? Because you live just up the road.
Oh, I started out way down south in the tall trees of Pemberton, and then
Nice.
came up this way, and then went out to the Great Sandy Desert, and then over to New Zealand and back.
And
Last
back
4
again?
Years, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So you've got quite a diverse range of experiences, I would imagine, that
yes.
have actually helped in what you're doing.
Definitely. They are the crux of why I wrote the books, I guess, because they're a bit of a witness to the journey that I've been on.
All right.
So,
So talking about that, your first book.
Is a charmed life. I began to write that many years ago. Probably shortly after my mum passed away, I began to write that. I'd always kept a diary about the work that I was doing, and then the opportunity came up to write some more, so I just continued. Yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
both books are basically the story of how I got to where I am today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is sort of like a background book from a
It is.
family history almost, or...
The first book's about conversations with spirit, so which is the background and how I got there. I've had a lot of guidance from spirit along the way in my life, and so I just wanted to share with everyone that, having that has been absolutely wonderful. And I've also had contact with lots of loved ones that have passed, and I'd also like everyone to know that they're still around you all the time. So that was my way of sharing it.
That's a comforting thing to know.
It is, and it's comforting for them that you know it as well. Yeah. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So, there's a whole thing we could get into there, I'm sure, but maybe you should be on my podcast.
True.
Fantastic. So, the indie or the authoring side of things, as an indie author, did you know what you were getting into?
No, but funny story, I really believe in what I do. So I said to the universe or spirit, I need a publisher. And then I met a business girl who said, I've got a publisher on my books. Would you like to meet him? And I said, yes, I would. So I had a lovely conversation with Ian and he helped me get me to the finish line, which was fabulous.
To actually get you over the line. So that's Ian.
Ian
we're probably
from
going to interview Ian a
yes,
bit later
Ian
on.
from Indie Publishing.
Yeah, oh, fantastic.
So I had a little prototype to start off with, but these are the end result, which is really cool.
Right, so you went from having a little bit, knowing that you needed to get somewhere and you had to fill in the gaps. Is that how the writing journey went?
Yeah, a little bit, although it's a bit smoother than that. It was just a roll-on effect. It was great. Yeah.
All right, followed the energy.
I did.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, terrific. Now, how would you describe yourself as a writer? Like, what would be 5 words that would describe you as an author?
I did say newbie, but actually, how would I describe myself as a writer? Because it's sort of like an autobiography, I would say I'd be a very happy writer because I enjoyed all the funny moments that I popped into the book and spent a lot of time having a wee giggle aloud at some of the stuff that happened. So it's been an amazing process. And even for me having to proof it, I've gone back and gone, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. So that's been pretty cool. Yeah, I'd encourage anyone to revisit some of the things they've done and celebrate them. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. People go through a lot in their life, and fortunately, there's lots of good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not all been beer and skittles, but even in that, it's been great to have that guidance. As in, I saw a psychic once and she said, your house will get broken into. And I said, no. And she said, yeah. And you know what? A few months later, when I was on a yoga retreat, I had a phone call from the children. That house had been broken into.
Oh.
And so having that heads up, not that I think it's a great thing to happen, I was just, is everyone okay? We're okay? It's all good.
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit of guidance.
Just
Probably
deal with
not the best example, but
yeah, amazing.
yeah, it was really cool.
Okay, and like you've got the 2 books here. Do you have some more on the agenda?
I do. There's definitely a third one in the wings. Yeah. Even though I feel like quite funny in some of the telling, there's a few bits I left out that are ready for the third book. So.
Right, that's interesting because I record people's oral histories, and when they leave stuff out, it's sometimes really hard to include them somehow. How do you have a plan for how it fits together?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it will, I can sort of feel it coming together. So that'll be quite good. Yeah.
All right. So it'll still work on its own, but it's...
Absolutely. So the first book is about spiritual guidance and conversations with spirit, and the second book's about Hypnosynergy, which is a combination of hypnosis and energy work. So primarily they're about that, but they've also got bits and pieces of what's happened in life along the way. The bit I left out was living in the Great Sandy Desert for 7 years and having my babies out in the middle of nowhere and all kinds of funny shenanigans that happened out there. So hopefully that'll be of interest one day.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so you've got a whole... It really is a rich breeding ground, like living in the middle of nowhere. So much happens that isn't what people expect
normally
to happen.
expect. Not for back in the day. And I think it's important to have a look at history and learn from it. Not my history personally, but all history, because whatever's been done, we've learned from a little bit, and when we take notice of it, perhaps we can pick up some gems that help us move forward. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Now, where would people go to get your books?
I do sell them online. I also sell them from Binnanup, where I live and work from. So, you can get them in person or you can buy them online through Amazon and Ingram Spark.
Let's have a look. So you've got a website?
Oh, yes.
Hypnosynergy?
Yep, website hypnosynergy.com, and that's for my hypnosis sessions and training. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, Gaye. It's been wonderful having a chat and following each other around all day.
It's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you finished building your story and you're not sure which pathway to choose for publishing? The Book Reality Experience is a publishing assistance service offering partnership publishing solutions to authors. We have different pathways available and we'll recommend what we think works best for you and your story. Check out our website at www.bookreality.com for more information. Together, let's turn your book dream into a reality.
We are joined by another of the authors who is here at the Indie Book Festival in Bunbury. And this one's Gaye Mcbride, who's been professionally practicing Reiki and Wellbeing therapies for over 20 years, training and initiating many students and masters in Reiki and psychic development, which is really good because it means she knows everything I'm going to ask her and I don't have to do a thing. Of course, she's worked in Australia and New Zealand, which then led her to America and Las Vegas to stage hypnosis and stress management for corporates in 2007. I suppose that's one way of getting people out there and saying, you know, your job really doesn't suck, and trying to talk them into that. And some of the training, of course, was undertaken with the greatest hypnotists from around the world. And since she combined some of their technique with her own to formulate the protocol Hypnosynergy, which kind of sounds like a combination of electricity and hypnosis, really. Anyway, hypnosis of this type is designed to help facilitate positive change for confidence, freedom, balance, empowerment and well-being in many of her clients. She's been a recipient of an Excellence Award for Hypnotherapy from Hypnosis New Zealand. Gaye is passionate about offering effective, individualised and personal hypnotherapy sessions to target positive behavioural change, bring about freedom, balance and well-being, helping individuals to lead the best life they can, whoever they desire to be, and also to achieve their goals and purpose with ease. There's been a couple of books from Gaye, A Charmed Life and A Charmed Path. I guess, Gaye, thank you for joining us. I guess we are talking about hypnosis, are we?
We are talking about hypnosis and Reiki and all things to do about well-being.
Okay, how do hypnosis and Reiki... Actually, let's start at the very beginning. Most of us have an idea what hypnosis is. What is Reiki?
Reiki is absolutely beautiful. It's a healing modality that is channeled through someone and goes to someone for their best and highest good. So you can't do it wrong and it's amazing.
Okay, it's Japanese by the sound of it. Just the name Reiki makes it sound Japanese. Is that its origins?
Its origins are Japanese. It was rediscovered over 1,500 years ago by a gentleman named Mikao Uzui.
Now you say rediscovered. Was it something that was known and somehow got lost and then somebody discovered it again?
Healing energies have been around for as long as we have been around, and so 2,500 years old. Chinese call it Qi, Indians call it Prana, Christians call it Spirit. It's there for everybody, and now we're more aware of it. More people are using it in their everyday life.
Gaye, I'm guessing the biggest challenge you've got is making your book stand out, because there's so many of these kind of books around. There are lots of books about hypnotherapy, and there are lots of books about various different forms of healing, which obviously Reiki is one. How do you make your book stand out from the others? What makes yours a must-read? Well, you might argue it's a must-read over and above others.
I just think the books that I'm sharing is information that might help people. The book is about hypnosis, it's about Reiki, it's also about my journey into hypnosis and Reiki, which was guided by spirit. So it's a little bit of how I got there more than what it is.
Okay, so how do you deal with skeptics? Because in this area there are lots of skeptics, and some skeptics can be quite vitriolic. How do you personally deal with them?
I respect everybody's belief. That's how I deal with them. Everybody's truth is their own perception, and
so if that's what you think, that's okay by me.
Absolutely.
Kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it? You say, well, okay, if that's what
it does.
And let's be honest, if somebody is anti something you're doing, there's no point in having an argument with them anyway, is it?
Well, no, it's actually more positive to be open to everybody's point of view.
You learn something from that, do you think? Listening to everybody's point of view.
Oh, absolutely, always. Yeah. The best way to move forward in life is be open to everything and take from what you need and leave the rest.
See, the rest of it and all this that you're into, hypnosis, Reiki, etc., what inspired you to write a book about it?
My gosh. Sadly, my mum passed away in 2005. She had the most amazing life, and she was always going to write a book. She didn't, but I did, because my journey, for myself personally, has been quite incredible. So I've lived in New Zealand for 20 years. I live in Australia. I've travelled to America. I've been to Canada. If you'd asked a little country girl that she was going to do all that, back in the 1960s should have been very surprised. So I just feel, and there's been a lot of giggles along the way, which I've incorporated in
Was
my
it
book.
a plan or did it just happen?
It was, no, I feel it just happened, but I was guided a little bit along the way by different people who had knowing, which was psychics, and with the Reiki you become a little bit knowing yourself, and so I moved into that field as well.
Although I do get the impression that you very much ended down a path that you never envisaged.
Yeah, I personally didn't imagine it, but...
Well, let me put it to you this way. If I'd asked 18-year-old Gaye what she planned for her life, would any of this feature?
No, but it was a good plan I had. I was going to be a hippie and join a commune.
Oh, probably for the time that was most appropriate.
Yeah, it might be appropriate again one day, who knows?
Yeah, we never know. Everything old is new again. Gaye, thank you very much for joining us. And your book, which you're holding up there,
Thank you so much.
is called A Charmed Life, Conversations with Spirit, and it's by Gaye Mcbride, who we've just been speaking to. Again, Gaye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for your time. That's lovely.
Instead of an excerpt today, we have a bit of information about each of the books. A Charmed Life, Conversation with Spirit invites you into the extraordinary journey of a Reiki master who has spent a lifetime guided by whispered wisdom from the other side, with grace, humour and deep spiritual insight. This intimate memoir reveals a life shaped by energy, intuition and the quiet certainty that we are never truly alone. From the serendipitous encounters to soul-deep healing, each chapter unfolds with stories of connection to spirit guides, departed loved ones, and the mysteries of the universe. Discover the joy of surrender, the magic of Reiki, and the voice of spirit, and how they can transform an ordinary life into something truly extraordinary. Her second book, A Charmed Path, Wellbeing with Hypnosynergy, Hypnosis and Reiki, continues the remarkable journey of Gaye Mcbride, Reiki master, hypnotist and medium, living in alignment with energy, intuition and inner truth. In this powerful follow-up, Gaye invites us deeper into her world, one where Reiki and hypnosis became twin tools of transformation, guiding herself and others towards profound balance, healing and freedom. From quiet breakthroughs in private sessions to life-changing revelations whispered by spirit, this memoir is a celebration of the growth, surrender, and freedom that comes when we trust the unseen with a good bit of fun along the way. Wise, warm, and deeply human, A Charmed Path is both a continuation and an evolution, a story of soul expansion and the magic of walking in harmony with the universe. It was really good to get those summaries for the books, so you have a fair idea of what they're about. My first takeaway was how she has done hypnosis on stage. I just think that would have been an amazing experience. My second takeaway was how she has chosen to use a publishing assistance service. It does relieve much of the stress involved in the publishing process. My third takeaway was her tip on enjoying the process. What were your key takeaways? If you'd like to carry on the conversation with Gaye, then she has Facebook, Instagram and a website, hypnosynergy.co. All the contact details are in the show notes along with her book information. In the next episode, you will hear from Murray Hall. If you are enjoying the show and would like to show some support, then please subscribe and share these episodes with a friend. Or if you want to go the next step, then you can buy us a cuppa. Head on over to ko-fi.com/findingalara. That's ko-fi.com/findingalara. There is an option for you to buy us a cup of tea for $2, or you can join the Shadow Lair for $5 a month, where you receive exclusive content and advanced information about the show. If you'd like to get in touch with myself or the team at Bushland Castle Productions, then I'm on Instagram and TikTok as @FindingAlara. There is a Discord channel and Facebook group called Finding Alara Podcast. The Bushland Castle Productions team are on Facebook, Instagram and Discord as BCP Creative. Or you can check out the website bushlandcastleproductions.com for the most up-to-date information. If you would like to get in touch with Chris, then he's on Facebook as Chris Ilsley. And if you want to talk to Paul, then he's also on Facebook as Paul Van der May and has his own podcast, forest.chat. The music is brought to you by @Keys of Moon Music and is called The Epic Hero. If you enjoyed listening to Finding Alara, have any questions, or just want to share your world with us, then please get in touch. Until next time, keep up the search for your Alara.